Hello everyone and welcome to the winter section of CEP 200, Intro to the Counseling Professions. My name is Dr. Gray and I'm going to be your instructor for the next few weeks while we go through this course together. The purpose of this video is to go through and take a look at the different elements of the syllabus, what you can expect from me, what I am looking from all of the students, what you're going to learn, the grading scheme, the tracking calendar, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I will answer any questions by the end of the video. If you do by chance have any questions though afterwards, please feel free to shoot me an email. So our course is going to start in 2 days. We start on the 28th of December. And we're going to go for about 3.5 weeks. So one of the things that I always acknowledge in the winter semesters in these videos is really the time commitment that you are making to this course, taking it as a winter section. So typically in the spring and in the fall, students have 2 weeks to complete each unit. In this version of the course, you're actually completing 2 units per week. So you're completing a month's worth of work in just a week. So please know that I'm conscientious of that, but also I just want to remind everyone of that. I'm sure that you know that taking a winter course, they do serve a purpose and people go in with that intention already. But just in case it seems a little heavy, coursework wise, that is because that's typically what we're looking at as far as a timeline for the winter course versus the spring or fall courses. So my name is Dr. Gray. I am going to be your instructor. What we're going to talk about a little bit here is the course description, the course requirements, all that stuff that I had just mentioned a couple seconds ago when we started the video. So, course description. One of the things that I've noticed that students anticipate when they enroll for this course is they want to learn about things that one would typically learn about in like an intro to counseling course. So some of the feedback that I've received from students is, we registered for this course, we thought we were going to learn about, counseling techniques and, what it looks like in a session and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, that is not material that we're going to cover here. So what are we going to cover? So one, we're going to learn about what a counselor is, what is counseling, what are the differences among different counselors, what are the settings, what are the credentials necessary to become each kind of counselor. And so some of the counseling professions that we're going to talk about are like clinical mental health counselors, addiction counselors, pastoral counselors, rehabilitation counselors, school counselors. We're going to learn about a whole bunch through the course of this course. So we aren't learning about the actual counseling process, techniques, anything like that. When you get into the counseling world, I don't think people realize how many different counseling professions are available or how many specialties or how many, just realms and settings that you can work in. There's widespread of things that you can do being a counseling professional. So we're going to talk about each of those. We're going to cover a couple of them for each unit. Required text and materials. You should have Sage's Guide to Careers for Counseling and Clinical Practice. This is a smaller book. That is intentional. I'm very much one of those people that I just want you to get the material that you're supposed to get as opposed to like fluffing it up. Anything like that, no. We're not going to really do anything as far as busy work. I'm pretty straight to the point, So I think the only thing that I've had students give me feedback on is some students really like reading the supplemental materials. Like there are a couple of research articles you're going to read. Other students say, I could go without it. So I think that's the only element of things where when it comes to reading, students haven't all completely been on board with it. One thing I will say is that for the research articles that you're going to encounter in this course, really all you need to read about is the introduction, like why are they studying that particular topic, and then if you take a look at the discussion towards the end of the papers, then you kind of see, what the results were. It kind of spells it out for you if you're not someone that's, into research. So for the articles that are research articles, don't feel like you have to read through like the methods and the results and stuff like that, because that might not make sense. And quite frankly, I did not know how to read a research article until I was in my master's program, and potentially even more so my PhD program. So I'm not giving that expectation to you as well. Okay, course requirements. We are going to have unit assignments, discussion boards, quizzes, journal prompts, and then one paper/project at the end of the semester. So there are going to be 5 unit assignments. These are each worth 20 points. So for these unit assignments, this is really, if there's anything I want you to get from this video, it's really about the course requirements and the assignments. So for the unit assignments, because we don't have that classroom element, the unit assignments and the discussion boards are going to be a huge part of this course for you. Unit assignments, because this is where you're going to be processing the information that you're being shared. And I really want to be able to see that you are thinking about it and really understanding the material. So I did not used to give word count requirements for assignments, but students were really struggling with what I meant by giving a very thoughtful response that, really just demonstrated that. I wanted a well thought out response. So I understand that some people work better with kind of black and white guidelines. So the word count requirement is 250 words per unit assignment response. So for each question, each one should have a response of at least 250 words. Even if it seems pretty straightforward and you can answer it in 2 sentences, please don't. Please find a way to expand. Tell me about what you're thinking. Tell me about all that, so that you can get full credit. For discussion boards, your discussion boards are also 250 word count requirement. So you will find in the tracking calendar, as well as in the prompt, in the unit materials, for each unit, you're going to get the discussion board prompt. Sometimes it's just about reflecting or creating a conversation about, one of the videos that you watched, or, something that you read, something like that. So your initial post should be 250 words. That's going to be worth 15 points. Now, you have to respond to 2 of your classmates. Each of those responses are going to be worth 5 points. So your overall discussion board assignment is out of 25 points. 15 for the initial post of yours, and then 2 responses to your classmates is the remaining 10 points. I would say please try to get as close to 200 and 250 words per response as well. Again, because we're missing this dialogue in the classroom and this discussion, this is where we're going to be doing that. And I know that some people have mixed feelings about discussion boards and that kind of thing, and responding to, so many classmates and stuff like that. But we really have to make up for not having this as an in-person class. So please just be diligent about that. There was something else I was going to say about that, and I don't quite remember. Okay. Next, we have quizzes. So there's going to be 3 quizzes throughout the semester, 25 points each. These are not timed. However, you only have 1 attempt. So if you open that quiz, you're not going to be able to, open it again. Please keep that in mind. I always have students email me asking to reopen the quizzes. I cannot do that because I use the same quizzes every semester. I also don't want anyone going in and looking at the questions and then going back, that kind of thing. Excuse me. They are not meant to be tricky either. What you're going to want to do is pay attention to, the question, because some of them are true or false. Some of them are choose one, multiple choice. Some of them are choose all that apply. They're literally right from your materials, whether it be a TED Talk, an article from the textbook. There are no tricks there. What I will do, though, is in every unit video, I will give you 2 answers to 2 of the quiz questions. There are a couple of questions that I notice that students struggle with a little bit more across semester, so I will go in and I will give you the answer to those for watching the unit video. Next, we have journal prompts. So journal prompts are going to be also stated in the unit videos. So that is where you will get your journal prompt. These should be 250 words. Are you noticing a trend here? And I am the only one that is going to be able to see your responses to these. All right. Paper and project. So this is honestly just like one assignment. So what you're going to do is you're going to do an advocacy paper in this class for the semester. We are going to get into the nitty-gritty about what to expect probably in the next unit video, but the way that the grading works is you're going to receive 25 points for posting your topic and just getting my approval to begin with. Easy 25 points, and then your actual paper will be out of 100 points. So, like I said, we're going to talk a little bit more about that because that's going to come up pretty quick. All right, so if you want a breakdown of all of the grades and points available, there is a chart in the syllabus with that. Extensions. So extensions in this semester are really difficult because you already don't have a ton of time to do stuff. I would really discourage asking for extensions. With that being said, if something happens and you do need an extension, you must request one via email from me before the due date for that unit or for that assignment. So as long as I know beforehand that you're going to need a little bit more time, that's totally fine. If you just don't do it and then submit it later, you're unfortunately not going to get credit for that. There is a reason for that, just based on my experience in previous semesters. So like I said, pretty lenient as long as you do it beforehand. As far as incomplete grades, I've had a couple of people, come to me looking for these. I would highly encourage if someone needs an incomplete grade to speak with their academic advisor about that. There is, some stipulations that one would need to meet. There's a form that needs to be filled out, all that stuff. So if that's something that, anyone is going to think that they're going to need this semester, once we get into things, if something happens, that is my recommendation. Academic integrity, please do not. I always find that students are, at least one person is reusing papers from an old student and just putting their name on it or copy and pasting, certain things. Our Safe Assign literally will match it to any assignment that's ever been submitted through UB. So please just don't do it. It's so uncomfortable for me. All right. So let's go down a little bit to the tracking calendar. So like I said, 2 units per week. If you haven't already, I saw that some people were, before the 28th, jump on complete discussion board number 1, just acknowledge that you've reviewed everything, introduce yourself to the class. There's a couple of prompts there. So if you didn't get to this before the semester started on the 28th, that's totally fine. We just had Christmas. I completely understand. And sometimes people need a little bit longer of a break coming off of the fall semester. So make sure you get that done by the time that Unit 1 and Unit 2 are due. So Unit 1 and Unit 2, the unit is going to open on the 28th of December. You have until January 4th by 11:59 p.m. to hand in your assignments. Anything after that, unless you received an extension approval, nothing's going to be able to be graded. So in the left-hand column, all the way over on the tracking calendar, I did put the start date to the end date for that unit. I tried to kind of flip-flop the quizzes and discussion boards, so you'll have a discussion board 1 week, a quiz the other week, that kind of thing, and then the journals are kind of spread out through there. I think that is pretty much it, I believe. Some things will come up through the next couple of weeks. If you have any questions, let me know. I know I'm forgetting a couple of things. I just cannot recall right now what that might be. But yeah, if you ever need anything, just shoot me an email. I will try to have all emails responded to within 48 hours. So if a day goes by and you don't hear from me, hold off on sending me another one because I'll probably be getting back to you, a day or so after that. And the way that I do grading is I try to have everything graded by the next unit's due date. So for example, like when you finish Unit 1 materials, I will have all of those graded by the end of Unit 2 so that you can kind of see your progress in the course. It's going to be a little bit more difficult with it being a winter semester, but I will do my best to have all of that stuff graded early if possible. But I think that's it. So yeah, if you need anything, have any questions, feel free to just shoot me an email. I'm pretty available. But yeah, good luck, and I'm excited to be working with you this semester. So just a reminder, all of the Unit 1 and 2 materials are due by the 4th of January. So let me know if you need anything before then.